Welcome to LFN News, a production of LFN Media, bringing you the latest in celebrity news, with specific analysis to keep you in the know of what is going on around you. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, and hit the bell icon, so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. The Dirksen Federal Courthouse in Chicago reopened Wednesday to hear more of the R. Kelly and his co-defendants' federal trial, that has now evidently entered its fourth week after operational issues forced a sudden closure Tuesday. Ahead of the trial resumption, however, renowned music critic and reporter Jim DeRogatis was told he did not have to testify in the trial after being subpoenaed by R. Kelly's defense. Jim's lawyers had earlier invoked constitutional and other protections for the press Tuesday, asking presiding Judge Harry Leinenweber to rule that DeRogatis need not testify, following his untimely subpoena. Their filing, also submitted on behalf of the New Yorker magazine, for whom DeRogatis writes, pointed to previous rulings by a Chicago-based court that forcing reporters to testify in cases they have covered should be done rarely, and only when there are no alternatives to introducing the same information, which they argued was not the case here. Jim's 10-page motion to quash the subpoena also stated that multiple witnesses had already testified as to the veracity of the supposed videotape, seemingly addressing defense's major concern behind the subpoena, arguing that it made his testimony completely unnecessary. Jim's reporting on the alleged videotape sent to him roughly 2 decades ago, led to Kelly's initial indictment that birthed the 2008 related charges against him. The then Sun-Times music critic allegedly received a videotape anonymously, that has become part of the current federal case against R. Kelly. Visibly relieved, Jim DeRogatis thanked the judge as he left the courtroom Wednesday after being excused, saying, "Thank you for the First Amendment." R. Kelly's former business manager and co-defendant in the trial, Darryl McDavid, took the stand later Wednesday afternoon, having confirmed to presiding Judge Harry last week that he would be testifying in his own defense. He personally faces charges for allegedly helping coordinate payoffs to witnesses and collecting alleged videotapes ahead of the singer's 2008 trial. He is the only defendant expected to testify on his own behalf in this Chicago trial, after Kelly and the third defendant in this trial, Milton Brown, confirmed last week they would not be taking the stand. McDavid's unexpected testimony gave us a rather unique, fresher look into R. Kelly's real character, as a focused businessman and loving friend and loyal partner, who always took caution to only indulge with women that were of age. McDavid testified that he started working for R. Kelly as an accountant, early on in the singer's career, eventually becoming his business manager until they parted ways in 2013. He recounted their evolving relationship over the years, as Kelly's behavior changed with his stardom and the challenges that came with it, recalling the very first lawsuit ever filed against Kelly. He revealed to the jury in the Dirksen Federal Courthouse, that as the "I Believe I Can Fly" star grew in fame, wealth and popularity, people with grudges started plotting against him with false allegation, looking for some quick payoffs. McDavid, a certified public accountant, testified to having had a successful business before meeting and starting to work with R. Kelly in the early 90s. He told the jury that he first met R. Kelly in his studio, and he described Kelly as a shy, introverted, humble kid, saying he was just trying to get into the music business and make it. As Kelly's stardom grew, McDavid said his role did, too, and after Kelly had a fallout with his previous business manager, "I took over that role," he explained. He also detailed a gradual change in the singer with time, from the shy Robert he first met to the superstar R. Kelly, describing a superstar with superstar wants and needs, referring to his changing duties for Kelly as, "more money, more problems." He was flying a lot of women in and out of town, putting a lot of women up in hotels, McDavid said, adding that they were all grown, adult women. McDavid testified to hiring the acclaimed entertainment attorney Jerry Margolis as Kelly's attorney, and the first civil suit filed against the singer in 1997, a paternity suit a woman eventually dropped, before filing another lawsuit claiming Kelly abused her when she was a minor. How appropriate. McDavid claimed Margolis went on to disprove her claims in depositions for the lawsuit, and in a turning point in his testimony, McDavid described being confused about why they would prove her wrong, and still pay a settlement of $250,000 instead of the $10 million they first sought. He narrated that he later learned from Margolis that settlements in cases like those were a cost of doing business for a celebrity like R. Kelly. McDavid also said Margolis told him even a rumor of what the suit alleged could greatly impact on R. Kelly's career. A very valid argument if you asked me. A number of lawsuits allegedly followed, with McDavid describing them as cookie-cutter lawsuits, from women represented by the same attorney from the first lawsuits, and making more or less similar claims against Kelly. This was clearly a ploy by the attorney who sought after women who had any form of history with R. Kelly, probably promising them returns if they went on with a lawsuit, only intended to extort the R&B king. McDavid also testified that Susan Loggins, the attorney who filed those suits, actually advertised to those who wanted to sue Kelly, saying it shaped his skeptical view of the allegations against the singer. McDavid eventually moved to the abuse allegations made against the three-time Grammy winner by the star witness in the federal trial in Chicago, a now 37-year-old woman who has testified under the pseudonym Jane, who has accused Kelly of abusing her hundreds of times as a teenager, allegedly starting when she was only 14. McDavid said when he first asked Kelly about Jane's claims, the singer angrily denied it, saying, "Are you out your mind? This is my goddaughter." Since Jane and her family also then repeatedly denied all allegations of any abuse to police and investigators over the years, McDavid said he completely believed Kelly. McDavid also spoke directly to the testimony from Chuck Freeman, who alleged Kelly's team hired him to recover incriminating tapes, calling Freeman's claims completely untruthful. McDavid described Freeman as a con, who repeatedly tried to extort Kelly. R. Kelly's defense attorney Jennifer Bonjean has asked the judge in the case to bar certain testimony she argues would unfairly prejudice the jury against her client, including anything related to Kelly's alleged marriage to 15-year-old singer Aaliyah, anything related to Kelly receiving injections or other treatments to curb his urges, anything regarding lawsuits or settlements of misconduct claims involving other Kelly accusers, and anything relating to Kelly's relationships with other women not named in the indictment. Presiding U.S. District Judge Harry Leinenweber said he already had ruled that neither prosecutors nor defense attorneys could bring up Kelly's ties to Aaliyah, seemingly good news for R. Kelly's team, but he added he would rule later, on some of the other topics that Kelly's attorneys want to bar from testimony. That's all we had for you today. Please let us know in the comment section below what you think of McDavid's testimony, and how much you feel it may contribute to Kelly's road to victory. We value your honest opinion. Thank you for watching LFN News, a production of LFN Media, giving you another view of issues at hand. To get notified whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now and hit the notification icon. And remember to give us your comment on the subject matter below.